All right. Well, given that I'm here, I might as well at least be alive for everyone as opposed to sitting here basically having a bad Zoom meeting where I'm on mute and everything. So, hey, everybody. So what's going on? Here's some exciting facts about what's going on. We want to stream today, but what happened is daylight saving time has come to America, but daylight savings time has not yet come to the United Kingdoms of Gemma. So she is on her way home now, but not home yet. And when she gets home, she'll join us. But again, I'm kind of like leaving everyone sitting and staring at stream start shortly. It's like we probably should do a stream today because we got the time, we got the space. But I don't want everyone to have to just sit around, so I might as well hang out. United Kingdom, yeah, it's a good name. So the hype news of the coming week. Let's talk about it. Let's see if we can get some hype news. I got a few cool things to show anyway. Let me see if I can find them. Yes, I can find some of them. I can find some exclusive photos as well. So yeah, the exciting news of the coming week is that this Tuesday, go get your cat. He is a badly behaved cat. Let me tell you. He last night we got. Sorry, I'm getting distracted from things, but it's important to talk about him. Last night we got Filipino food, so there was meat in that food, and he was just going nuts all night, just jumping on everything, trying to get at that meat. And I don't know what he thought he was doing, but he was very keen on meat. I'll advertise the stream properly when we get a chance to when Gemma gets here. So, let me see. What was I saying? Oh, so on Tuesday I get to meet everyone. On Tuesday, Gemma is going to be coming, and Karen is going to be coming as well, Karen Aruba. And we're going to be getting ready for the class on Friday, which is going to be real cool. At least I think it's going to be real cool. And what we're going to do there is we're going to do our Mahjong tile coloring crafting. I know I've talked about it on stream before, so I probably need to tell everyone again. But it's going to be really neat. And then what else do we got? I'm looking for my scene where I put, here we go. Here you are. Let me show off some things because we have a very exciting thing going on. So let me delete my phone pictures from Japan and add the pictures of, here we go, boop. Okay, and then what do I have it set? Okay, let's start over here. Okay, cool. So what I can do with you guys while we hang out is I can do a little bit of an unboxing of one of the exciting things that we have going on for not just this coming week, for the foreseeable future. This is an exclusive first look we're doing on stream, so please don't record this and broadcast it to everyone. But I haven't mentioned that we were working with Karen Aruba to do, as part of her Wanderlust tile series. She does a bunch of different tile sets. It's called the Wanderlust series. They're tile sets that are about different countries. So I believe she's done one for the UK, actually. And we worked with her to do one for the United States. And what we have in here is the first prototype of that set. So I can take a look at that with you. Let's go over here. I can live in the corner and show you that it comes in a cool Sparrow's Nest box with our logo and Karen's logo on it. It's a beautiful blue box. You can also notice that my table is very messy. I have a lot of objects, and if you're very clever, you can notice that I purchased the FF14 Tombstone wireless phone charger that I have here on my desk. That's the box for it, which is not a Mahjong set, but is pretty cool. So the set is a Hong Kong size set. I'm going to step forward. Here we go to some of the tiles. You can also see my excellent photography. It's not that excellent, but it is my photography. So here's how this works, because this is something people have asked me. The tiles are a combination of techniques in terms of how they're made. So each of these tiles is a design that we've put together, an original design, which is then laser cut onto the tile, and then the traditional elements are hand carved onto the tiles. When you see east, south, west, and north tiles representing different areas of the United States, everyone of the dome. Wait, the Doman set square. Do I have it? I don't have a Doman set, do I? So when you see these tiles, the laser cutting was the custom image that gets laser cut. Then the character for these tiles, particularly the east, south, west, and north. So the character is hand carved, and the letter ESW, those are all hand carved, and then the whole tile is hand colored. So it's a lot of handwork on these tiles, even if some parts of them are laser cut. And I do like to be clear about that because, frankly, like some of the really intricate work is really, really intricate, and it would be amazing if a person did that by hand, but realistically, that's laser cut. Oh yeah, no. I just wasn't. I was very curious about the Doman set. I wanted to get a Doman set. We can look and see what they cost because I was very curious to get one, and I feel dumb that I didn't preemptively just buy one when it came out because I really should have just bought it. But I don't own one. Like I'm like I don't think I have one. I'm pretty sure I didn't get one. So let's look into that in a little bit. But yeah, these are east, south, west, and north, and these are all parts of the U.S. So like in the east, we have the White House, capital of the U.S. South is like Cape Canaveral, Florida. The F-14 turntable. Yeah, I need to buy one of those. No, I don't need to buy one of those. In the west, we have the Grand Canyon, and in the north, we have Mount Rushmore. So these are our 4 directions of the U.S., which, I mean, it's impossible. The U.S. is so big, we can't really make everyone happy. But those, I think, are some landmarks. Up there for the white and green dragons. A green dragon is a Wall Street bull with money. And the white dragon features a Statue of Liberty because, come on, you got to. We have some more exciting things. Yes, new F-14. We have to advertise that. We for sure will because I'm excited. New F-14 Mahjong tourney, and I want to attend this one because I think the last one was at a time that I was physically not able to do it. So I'd love to do the next. F-14 tourneys are great. So here we have the red dragon is the Liberty Bell. Chun, it's great. We have for the flowers and seasons, we actually have American holidays. So for the seasons, we have 4 holidays. We wrote the name of the holidays on because the symbols aren't always incredibly obvious. We got President's Day, we got Thanksgiving, we got Independence Day and Groundhog's Day, which is a very American holiday. No one does Groundhog's Day except America, which is pretty funny. And then for our animals, we got, of course, a bald eagle, we got a buffalo, we got a jackrabbit, we got the freshwater salmons. These are American animals of America. We don't have any pictures of the SO tiles, I don't think, in this set. For the Mon tiles, we did interstate signs, like the United States interstate system. I don't know if people are particularly familiar with that if you're not from America, but the interstate signs are really cool looking and very distinctive and very indicative of America. And the reason I thought of those for the Mon tiles was kind of like when we worked together on it, we were kind of like, the interesting thing about the Mon tiles is that they all are very the same, but then have like one different numeral. So I think that's a really cool way to do it. Bill Murray, man, he's been in He spent, I think someone calculated that he spent like thousands of years in that purgatory of Groundhog's Day, of doing things every day and then getting up and then doing things every day. I'm surprised he maintained his sanity. Yeah, the interstate signs are really, really cool. I think that concept worked out very, very well, and I really like them for being very American. And then we have kind of and for the pin tiles are different foods. So you have like pizza and burgers and fries and ice cream and macaroons and stuff like that. Kind of like American history. I guess macaroons aren't very American. I think we did something else for that. But we had the idea of like American foods and foods that are famous for America. Now you'll notice if you are a tile connoisseur or a hand carving connoisseur, I can give you some details about these tiles. First of all of the tiles do have like all of the hand carved work on them. So like you can see for these pin tiles, we not only have a laser cut image of food, but we also have the entire hand carving of the pin set available to you. So the craftsmanship on these is really, really amazing. The hand coloring on these is beautiful. They're gorgeous tiles. These are larger than Japanese size tiles. These are Hong Kong style tiles. They're going to be a bit bigger and thicker than you might be used to if you're very used to Japanese size tiles, but they're very playable. These sets, if one was to order one of these sets, we will once I think really Karen's class this coming Sunday the 30th is going to be the kind of opening bell opening bell, like the Wall Street Bull, hey, for us making these available to people. And so you're going to find that we'll have more detailed pricing and specifics about this. Keep in mind, these tiles are hand carved and done by an artisan, which means they are not the cheapest things in the world to purchase. Probably, generally speaking, people purchasing these are not going to be purchasing them to play with. They'll be purchasing them as showpieces. You can get a frame to mount them in. There is a substantial lead time on these. In other words, it's like 6 to 8 weeks. So they're not going to be like they're not going to be like sitting on the shelf. So there's something you're going to get that's going to be crafted specifically for you. It'll come with a certificate of authenticity. And if you are an American Mahjong player, you can get jokers added on. And if you are a Japanese player, you can get red fives added on if you like red fives, which you shouldn't, but you might because a lot of people do. So yeah, you can order these with red fives if you're interested as well. So I'm super, super, super thrilled, frankly. I'm super thrilled with how these came out. I think they're beautiful. And like, you can get pictures of them, but actually seeing and feeling them in your hand or getting close to them in real life is amazing. This set we're going to be framing and hanging up at Sparrow's Nest. So anyone who's able to make it to Sparrow's Nest, you'll be able to come and take a look at these if you'd like. And again, it's going to be available for purchase once we've finished getting the kinks ironed out on things like pricing and stuff like that on the Sparrow's Nest website. Again, they are. I want to be super clear. Like, they are handcrafted. It's not going to be a shall we say, an impulse purchase. But I'm really happy we're able to even make them available and help kind of keep hand carving. Chiral, actually, what's really interesting about that is, yeah, at our class, we're going to be doing, at the class, we're going to have demos of some of the hand carving techniques. So people are going to be able to try some things like that out and see some of the tools. It's not a class where you get to carve your own tiles from scratch, unfortunately, because that would take a long time and require some safety accommodations. But people can try out some of the tools used for that and get a feel for what that's like and color tiles themselves. It's going to be really cool. We're going to get a lot of footage of that. So expect the week after that to be me sharing a lot of stuff about that. Now, on the topic of Doman tiles, let me see what I can learn about this. Let me see if I can bring up a web browser. We got web browser C. We got browser. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to get this. Oh my god, I have too many web browsers. Here we go. Here's a web browser, and let's go to eBay, and I'll pop up this web browser. This is correct. Can you see my account? No, I'm not even logged. Okay, great. I'm not logged into eBay, so I can show everything. You can see the eBay. Let's look for Doman Mahjong, see what we can find. Wow, this is Doman Mahjong mat, brand new sealed. Okay. Tiles and mat together is a $1,000 buy it now, brand new sealed. Why are these $1,000? Why? Oh, why are they all $1,000? What is the mat? It's just a mat. I mean, the price on this is pretty good for an eBay item. Why? Why is this $200? Who is selling a random? I'm very curious about what makes. Does this have? It's a used item. Okay. A used Mahjong set. Is there something special about these tiles? They look old. Are they hand carved? They look a little too finely machined to be hand carved, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I wonder why it's that much money. I'm very sad about this. I'm very sad that it's $1,000. I would buy one of these, but I'm not going to buy one for $1,000. Let me see if I can just Google it. Yeah, here it is on the thing. Is there just a shopping result? Does someone have them sitting around? Ooh, these are nice. Let's go Mahjong tile shopping for a while. Chocolate colored mini Mahjong tiles. These are all just different Mahjong tiles. The tile. What is this? Look at this. Look at these things. These are okay. We're far away from Hand-hammered mahjong. I'm curious now about this. What do we got? We got... Yeah, the Doman set is still here. I'm very sad. I should have... When I saw this come out for the first time, I should have just bought it without thinking twice about it. But at that time in my mind, I was kind of just like, what am I going to do with another Mahjong? Like, I have so many Mahjong tile sets. Like, what am I going to do with another one? What do I need another one for? So I just let it go. And, like, it's funny because a very, very long time ago, I saw someone get a custom set of tiles that had this. They spent a lot of money on it, but it had the same thing with the Arabic numerals above the Mon symbols as opposed to the kanji. Those are kanji, right? I mean, I think they're kanji. But these are so cute. And, man, I would be so happy to get tiles like this. I'm curious what this is. What is Mahjong tile? Who makes this? Because this is a fancy looking case. That's right. Oh yeah, we should probably get a game to talk about too. We could talk about that a little bit because this is a pretty set. Like, it's nice looking, but I don't know who these people are. Monopolist. Who's Monopolist Games? Let's explore the internet together. Here we go. Oh, they have a few. Oh, I guess they have a few different. We make high-end game products things. I guess that's what this company does. They're like, oh, we make bamboo leaf tic-tac-toe game. Oh, how cute. That seems to be a ping pong table for $9,000. All right, these guys seem to be... I get it. I see what they do. There's also this. Where did this come from? Let's look at this. The goods. I don't know why it's black and white. Is it fundamentally black and white? It comes with pushers. Oh, I can get it in white. It comes with this little rolly wind indicator, which is cute. Go XLR connectors. What's a Go XLR connector? Not chill. No, I just don't know what they are. I feel dumb. Like, it's not. I'm the one who's dumb here. It looks like, yeah, it does look like, you're right. It does look like professional audio. It's Mahjong is just for chilling. Look at that. It's just for chilling. I love it. All right, maybe I need one of these. I don't know. I have no idea what the actual quality's like, but I think it's funny. Just for chilling. That's great. A game of tones. Mahjong is one of those popular games in Asia, but it needed a refresh. Don't say this. I guess you can say this if you come from certain places, but don't say that when you make your Mahjong tiles. People get real angry. Designed by our friends in Taiwan, the 90s lab. The face of the tiles are modern playing style. This is a choice to have. How interesting. How interesting. This is another link. I'm going to keep a lot of these links. I got tile work to do. So I'm hype about this. And then we have this. This says it's hand stamped. I don't know what hand stamped means because these also don't look like. These for sure don't look like hand carved tiles in a set like this. Hand. I don't know. Oh, maybe hand hammered implies that, like, how small which tiles? These guys look like bigger tiles. These are probably standard Chinese size tiles, so these are probably decently big. I could be wrong though. I could probably ask the seller. Because this is the full box size. Yeah, it's probably a big briefcasey size case. You can get black or white. Yeah, I'm very curious about a lot of things. The goods. It's the goods by Ma Chill, just for chilling. Yeah, these guys. I think hand hammered might imply that, like, the tiles, you instead of being carved, you use like a stamp and you hammer them. Maybe. I have no idea. I don't know why they say hand hammered. That might just be straight up eBay falsehood. Okay, so yeah, that's a sad time. Getting the Dome and Mahjong tiles is not easy to do. So we got to figure that out one day if I want to get them. And yeah, there's a lot of interesting things. A lot of interesting things out there on the market. So let's see. Let me get a checkup on Gemma and when she's going to be back. I might have a few more minutes to play solo, but awesome. Okay, cool. That's great. We got our meetup today, which is pretty neat. Let's see if we can pick up a game. I'm gonna look. I'm looking on Discord now to see if I can find. Or what do people want to do? Actually, I was thinking we could look at a game, but if people have ideas, I'm open to doing what people think is cool because we don't always have specific ideas to do. Here we go. Give to. I can't bring my cat on stream because then you'll all know how cute he is. And then you'll all be like, I want video only. You'll only want to look at the cute cat. There'll be no more there'll be no more Mahjong stream. You'll all just be like, oh, we want to see the cute cat forever. And then I'll be a little sad because I like doing Mahjong stream. Let's see if we can find a cool game. The problem is also a lot of these games get streamed now. So it's like digging into a game is tough. Ooh, this is a good looking game. Okay. Let's try it. I'm gonna Catwood and Frank. Yeah, job security. The cat would replace me. No one would want to look at me anymore. They'd just be like, let me see this cat. So let's see if I can pull up a thingy. Here we go. Let's see what we got. All right, this sure looks like a Mahjong game. Let's do it. Let's take a peek. Oh no, let's turn off hands. Go away. All right, let's talk about Mahjong. Oh man, this is a great game. This is a great game for me. I'm assuming I'm the one sitting in this chair. I'm assuming I'm R2146. Jeez, all right, good for you, player sitting here. And I am dealt quite the excellent hand. I'm liking my 2 Dora. I'm liking my 5-6-7. I'm liking my 6-7. I'm liking my 7-8, my 2-4. Like, this can easily be called out very quickly for Tanyao Dora 2. The only thing that gives me any hesitation this hand is this is a high rank Armel game. So this is a big serious player game with high ranked Armel players. So like the things that make me think twice about this hand are like, is Itsu a thing? Do I even want to think about Itsu? Am I going to feel dumb if I miss Itsu? I feel like with 2 Dora, Itsu is just not a thing because I'm never going to want to throw one of these Dora. So maybe I just say Itsu's not a thing and I just get rid of this 2 because this hand is either Dora pair or 3 Dora because I'm never throwing Dora. Or what? I throw the 9-man. Dora 2 for Sanchoku. Yeah, like Sanchoku is very possible. Probably I just call this out though. Like if I get the opportunity, I'm just gonna push it because I'm the dealer. First round, nothing to look back for. Tanya Dora 2 is already just 3-30 right there. And that's a great start for me as a dealer. Because that's like 3-30 dealer is 120, 240, 40, 960, 910, 6 is 54. Yeah, it's like 5,800. So 5,800 right off the bat. That's a great play. So I am happy. Do I have a missive? I have a missive from Gemma. She's about 10 minutes out. You only have to endure me for 10 more minutes. So I'd probably just throw this 9-man. It looks normal. It seems fine. And it lets me start to get sneaky with my push. And this player agrees with me. And they're going to get rid of their hots because they don't need dragons. Oh, nice. So in closing the 2-3-4, I feel like our only answers are the 4-pin or the 2-mon. I think, like, technically the 2-mon's better for the final shape. Maybe? I'll do the 4. Okay. I don't feel too strongly about this. The 7-8 is a little risky because we could end up with, like, worried about 6 or 9. Throw the 2 to keep the 1. We throw the 3 because we can't deal with it. Yeah, I might have held the 4 for that literal reason, which is, it's such a micro thing, and I'm not claiming I had prescience. But, like, the 2 is for sure never going to evolve into it. That's not true, because if I drew a third Dora, I'd be really happy to have the 2. No, maybe I'm wrong. 3's got to go. Second 3. 3, 4, 6, 7 is a little sad. I can get you a 2-sided weight. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is an opportunity, and I'd probably throw the 8 now or the 1. Get rid of the 1, because now this gives me the 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku. It's come to me. And that 5, 6, 7 is also great because if I draw that red 5, I lock it in. I want to lock it in and not have to worry about it. Oh, someone grabs an east. 5, 6, 7 is locked in. And now look at me. Look at me in my beautiful Tenpai for Tanyao, Sanshoku, Dora Dora. And I don't reach it. And that, I think, is probably... I'm thinking of, like, first of all, that's a stylistic choice, and I want to say clearly, I think it's an entirely valid choice. 6-0 is probably not going to come out unless people are feeling comfortable pushing their hands, and if you reach, people are going to feel a lot less comfortable pushing their hands. I would be tempted to reach just to say, like, maybe with a dealer reach in the first hand, I can, like, scare someone. Like my thinking of reach in this situation, or the thinking that would I'm not saying you should reach. I want to be clear about that. But my thinking of why might I reach would be I can get someone a little scared, maybe. I can push people off finishing their hands. I can get people thinking, well, first hand of the game, I sure don't want to deal into a dealer Mongon. Maybe I should just, like, bail on this because it's crap. Now, will my reach accomplish that is a big question mark, especially on the first hand of the game. And we're all even. And there's a great counter logic say, well, it's the first hand of the game. I should just go. There's no positioning that's happening, and I got the whole rest of the game. There's also the logic of, yeah, it's a bad weight. And maybe that 6 will come out if someone believes that they are in the clear to push, but maybe it won't come out if they see that I'm in reach. So, super valid. Like I feel like I would probably tend towards reaching personally, just because of how I like to push people. But in no way am I saying that this Dama is anything but a smart move, because there's plenty of reasons to do it this way as well. Oh, well, goodbye. Goodbye, cool hand. Goodbye. Player to our right was just Dama Pinfu. Just straight up Dama Pinfu, which is great. For them. Not for me, but for them. Where is this thing? I'm sorry. I have like this phone link is hanging out, and I want it to never hang out. I want to not receive notifications about things that happen on my phone. There we go. Cool. Well, there goes our deal. I don't think there was anything we could have done there. The other space went to I reach the Pinfu instead and give up on Sanshoku. Ooh. If I got to Pinfu, how does that happen? That happens if I draw a 1 or 4 so. If I draw the 1 so, I reach waiting on 3 6 so. If I draw the 4 so, I reach waiting on 3 6 so. Either way, oh, I see what you're saying. So do I drop the 2 so and take reach Pinfu? Reach Pinfu Dora Dora's Mongon. Oh, Gemma's here. Give me a second then. We're gonna get going. Hold on one moment. I'm gonna try doing this live, so if you see our behind the scenes shenanigans, don't think too poorly of us. I'm just gonna tell her that she's gonna be jumping straight to live. So I'll be fair to Gemma. I'm calling her, and then I'll have to move her sound over. Here we go. Hello. Okay, you should be. Here
I'm
you
live
are. You are
straight
live.
away.
You're live right away, so I'm letting you know. Everyone can hear you.
I'm so
Uh,
sorry.
no.
I feel like we do this every year. We forget
Yeah.
that you change time zone before me.
Every year we have this problem where the time zones change, and then we're like, wait, what? Like we're all just like, huh? It's right. I had to have
Mm-hmm.
this conversation last night with the folks who are doing some of the booking software I'm using because they are based in China and they don't understand time zones exist. So, or I'm sorry, daylight savings time exists. They understand time zones. They don't understand daylight savings time exists. And so I have this problem where, Sparrow's Nest is open from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Hmm.
But the daylight savings time means that our opening, it's not that the interpretation of our fixed opening hours changes, but the
Mm.
actual opening hours change when daylight savings time happens. And I think their system is based on this idea that everything gets stored in GMT as like an absolute time. So now it's all off by like it's a legitimate challenge in how you architect things. So like I'm trying to work with them to get it fixed. But
I'm here. Do you
welcome.
know what? It's very much. Today has been one of those days, so I'm not surprised to be honest. But I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
existing.
Now I can announce our stream.
We found our
Um
princess.
wait, we did?
Yeah. You didn't realize? They
Wait.
they didn't report that in America.
Oh, that she has that she's sick.
Yeah, she's got cancer, which is very sad.
But
It still begs the question why they felt a need to Photoshop her head onto the photo so she looked healthy, and then also blame her for photoshopping her head on, which I do not believe, not for 1 second.
that she did it, that she sat
Yeah,
down and she was like,
yeah,
I'm gonna Photoshop.
yeah. I'm sorry, that's bollocks. So they basically just threw her under the bus, and I'm like, she's got cancer, and you're throwing her under the bus for a bad Photoshop job.
Yeah, that seems a little rude.
Yeah, yeah, and also like all her family like going off on big summer holidays and stuff. I'm sorry, like if I found out that a very important member of the royal family had become he was quite unwell, I probably wouldn't be going on fancy holidays.
Well, it's weird because I feel like there's a lot of different options. And so it's like, do we pretend nothing's wrong until there's like a clear statement about it? I feel like everyone like ran around and had like a PR
Oh, it's
reaction of
yeah.
divorce, make the
I think
announcement
part of
of
the
a
problem
divorce
was because, of
incoming. Oh
course,
no.
Prince Charles had announced he's got cancer, and they didn't want to announce she had cancer so shortly after because it would cause a lot of stress. So I get probably why they thought it was a good idea to suppress the information. However, photoshopping the photo just meant that people like me, who are typically very uninterested in the royal family, became obscenely interested in the royal
Yeah,
family.
like they made a scandal out of it.
Mm. And
They
even like not denying that photo of her skipping out of the shop. I'm yeah, it's all very odd. I'm sure that it'll be studied by students as a way
Ooh.
how not to manage these things in
Oh no.
future.
Yeah, like just don't just say something. Say like she's in seclusion or I don't know. Do something to make people know.
Do you know what, if they'd have just announced, like, I'm sorry, she is too unwell to prance around in front of you monkeys. I get that. Sure, I'll get some good food. Yeah, because I'm also in that situation of not having food
Food is
because
for nerds. I also have no food. You don't see me complaining about it. I'm just sitting here.
that's
My
because
new
you're in the
nickname
right
is
time zone. Usually
Hungry
I've
Dave.
eaten by the time I come on the stream.
No, I gotta go after this stream. I gotta go to start our learn and play meetup. I gotta go, dude. We're doing filming. We got all
Right.
kinds of stuff going on.
Also, do tell me you're talking Sanshoku here.
No, we decided Sanshoku was a terrible strategic blunder, and that anyone who did Sanshoku was bad at Mahjong.
No, you didn't,
Well, no, we
obviously.
did. We just reversed the law. We were talking about the question, the more real question, which is, um, Now, the nice thing about Sanshoku here is you lock in the Tanyo,
Yeah.
and you wait for the Sanshoku, and it's Tanyo Sanshoku door
Oh, you
2.
got 2 door there, I see.
But do you reach it? And if you're going to reach it, do you just take Reach Pinfu door 2? Because Reach Pinfu door 2 is the same value.
Reach Pinfu door 2, yeah.
Um,
Or reach, sorry, Richie Pinfu door 2 Kurosep. It doesn't matter if it's a Tanyo then, because then you're at 5. Richie Pinfu door 2. So Richie Sanshoku door 2 Tanyo.
1, 2,
6.
6. So if you reach it, you bump over to Haneman.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to
But-
go for the Sanshoku, you do the Haneman.
But if you reach it, well, this player did not. This player Dama the Sanshoku.
Well, okay,
And I was thinking, like, to get that 6 to come out with a dealer reach, like, it's not coming out with a dealer reach is the thing.
I mean, I don't really see that it's coming out without. I think you're going to have to draw it. I don't think there's. I mean, I guess the person to the right might throw
They
the
have
6.
thrown one, but that was real early. They probably wouldn't be keen to throw it again. And this is a high level table, so like everyone here, there aren't players here just throwing random tiles out for no reason. Like everyone here is playing deliberately.
I mean, I rarely say this, but I'd be tempted not to take the Sanshoku and Dama because the 9 is likely to come out.
And then you just get Pinfu Dora, and like that's pretty great. And you're the dealer, you get to keep going.
Yeah, as the dealer, it's dealer East 1. You're not complaining, right?
No
Or reach
Hope you had a
it.
great birthday. Okay.
Reach it. I mean, again, it's 9 is the sort of thing even on a reach that might come out because people start desperately hunting for something to discard.
The interesting thing about that is if you reach on the Pinfu, you get the potential for the Hanemon anyway. Because if you sumo with the 6, it's a narrow window. I'm not saying it's happening. If you sumo with the 6, you do get reach Pinfu Tanyao, sumo Dora.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't lose the chance of the Hanemon. But you're basically locked in on Mongon and on any other win you get.
Like, I think if this play was as a child and not a dealer, I'd be hot for it. But it's the dealer, so I think probably I just want a little bit more aggression. Did you call what I'd say to you, Al? Yeah, I think if I was not the dealer, I'd probably want the Sanshoku. But I think as dealer, I want to keep my dealership. It's just so powerful to keep your dealership.
Well, the fun part is it doesn't matter because the player to our right had a Dama Pinfu and they immediately win for 1,000.
I wonder if throwing the 2 in would have.
I think it was 5-8.
Okay.
So the 2 wouldn't have saved us, although us throwing the 5 would have been disastrous. Or that's not true. Did they get Tenpai?
But curiously, right? If you'd have reached on the 2,
they weren't Tenpai. They weren't Tenpai.
But if you reached on the 2, that 5 might not have come out.
That's true. Yeah.
Then other people might not have thrown dangerous tiles.
Oh man, we would have gotten head bumped on the 6 though. This player's already ready on 3-6. Everyone's really this is a sea full of sharks. This hand. Oh man. All right, so that is done. It happened. It's done. And as punishment for not winning our really great high pie, we now get this high pie, which is not a great high pie.
I've seen worse, but yeah. Where did this game come from?
This is Armor. This is high level armor.
Right? High level armor.
High level armor.
Are you in high level armor, or is this
me? No, I haven't played in Armor in a while. I play in my studio these days. That's all I do. So what are we doing? What are we doing here? We can cut this one. So we can cut the south. We can cut the chun. Probably cut the south.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh look, I knew it. We get 5 for 5-6. That's pretty cool. Probably cut the 1.
Yeah.
I'm so good at this.
I mean, you're right. You're just kind of progressing, but I'd want an exit from this. I am not committed to this hand, I guess.
Oh, we got a dragon call. We got a pair of 8s. We get rid of chun. Got a pair of 6s. This is getting weird. Throw our 5. Would I do
Yeah.
that?
You gotta keep the 7 pairs open.
Yeah, we're not gonna call anything.
So Chirel's running our Jank and Run League, and he managed it really, really well. So now
9,
looking to upscale.
9.
It's been really good fun, actually, the Jank and Run League.
Now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we're Ishan 10. It's just a gross one, but we are Ishan
Very
10.
gross. Well,
All
if you
the
get the
7s and
7-man,
4s.
if
The
you get the
7 and 4
7-man.
man are dead though. Look how murdered
Oh,
they've
they
been.
are? Oh, they are.
Yeah,
Oh,
like everything
there's
going on
one.
over there is bad.
There's one 7-man out there.
No, not anymore.
Oh, well.
So we are stuck in a hell of our own making.
Yeah, that's what I said. You need an exit from this one. It's... Yeah.
So all the 7s are dead. 2 of the 4s are dead, and only 2 of the 4s. Maybe we're looking for 5 and 6 to draw an additional 5 or 6.
Yeah, or the 8 bamboo, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's our hope here. Because given that the... Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I like that. Although we already threw a 9. Ah. We Pong and shift to Tanya. Tanya Dora 1. Which, okay. Okay. I'll take it. We're Tenpai. We're good. 5 and 6 man are very isolated tiles, so they might come out. But no one wants to throw anything. All right. All right. 3 Tenpais. Oh, man. It's a pretty sick flush across from us, but... All right. I'd call that totally valid. Totally valid. We managed to squeak our way around to something that worked. Now what do we got? We got 4, 5, 6. We got 4, 6, 6, 8. We got 1 Dora. And now we got to figure it out. What do we think of this hand? I don't like this hand.
1 pin. I mean, yeah, just see where it goes. You got Dora, but yeah, as you said, it's not great.
It's alone, so we got to like figure out what to do with it. 4, 5, 5. Sure, maybe something good will come with 4, 5, 5, 6. No, we don't want 7, 8, 9. It looks like we don't care.
Would you pawn the 8 bamboo even if you didn't swap the 1 pin for a 7 pin?
It depends on my feeling. Yeah, if I'm feeling I just want to be Tenpai and I don't care, then maybe. Maybe I don't care.
Can't remember where the Dora were, because it depends where I thought the Dora were, I guess.
Yeah. As for log review, Yoko, like you can post them on the USPML server, but we don't like. It's a matter of just how much time there is. We also do have the monthly Initiate League stuff if you're looking to be in an environment where people can give you like direct coaching or like help you out with stuff. If you're local to the area, which I happen to know you are, but if you're local to the area, that's a thing that works out well because that's been great for people who wanted like specific attention to like how they're playing. 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, not bad. All right. But I still don't see this turning into value. The third 6 helps. Maybe drop the... No, we're going to drop the dangling 8. All right. 2 is nothing. This is just a story of how can we make this hand work. 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6. Oh, okay. Creeping towards some kind of Tanyao. Okay, now we can do 2, 3, 4, 6, 6, 6, 4, 5, 6, 5, 5. Now we got something.
Your work sucks.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just a matter of time. But I want to, we're on stream, so I don't want to like shout people out for where they live or what they do. Oh, well, a little fast knifeliness gets us half flush Dora. Wait.
What's that?
How is that? Oh, I'm stupid. I'm just blind and dumb. Okay.
Were you being stupid? Okay, I was about to say
it was a Tonki wait on the hots, but I saw the 2 hots together, and I thought it was a wait for the 3rd hots somehow, and I was like, this just seems wrong, and I am stupid. Yeah. So yeah, this is half flush Dora 1, 3,900. Okay.
They are very close together, though.
Yeah, they're very close. So when I looked, I'm like, oh, it's 2 hotses, so the 3rd hots, and that made 3, but it wasn't scored, and blah 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 blah. I mean, you can DM me, but again, the challenge that I have, I want to be realistic about it. Like, it's not my personal like lack of interest, but I have a lot of stuff. I'm always running around really busy, so it's hard for me to
Yeah,
take time for
even
that.
though
So like,
Dave doesn't seem to work, he still seems to be super busy.
I entirely work. I just work weird. I work on weird stuff. So I just, yeah, I know. I mean, again, I just want to be clear. Like, if I'm slow to respond or I can't get things done, it's not me saying like I don't care. It's me saying me just being incredibly busy. Look, yeah, the calls meaning the own tile was in the middle. That's what makes it a little weird. All right, someone else snuck it out before us, but you know what? To some degree, that's fine because this basically swaps their placement. Actually, no, it brings us slightly closer to first place net. So okay, sure. Oh, what's this?
It's garbage.
Yeah, this is straight garbage. The only thing that I can imagine doing here, Bayoko, is drawing some more honors and making a cool half flush, but even that is so unlikely. All right, we're gonna throw a west. Keep some of those flushy tiles. We're gonna throw. Okay, we're gonna. I think about flush here. We've drawn 2 good tiles for it. We're pretty close, so we're gonna drive towards a flush, which seems to be the only way we're getting value out of this hand. And we drew another. All right, we're getting there. I might have held that 3-mon.
Yeah, especially the one-man Dora.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, because I don't need the pair of 2s if I'm doing a flush.
Yeah.
And I do want to hold the door if I get it, so I might have held on to that. Let's hope that doesn't bite us later. Another 3, we give it up again. But now a reach from across the table. What are we going to do? We're going to throw some of these honors. Now another reach. Oh, great.
Yeah.
3 reaches. 3 reaches, and we just draw the Dora.
The Dora.
Now, had we been
crafty...
safe. Well, also the 9-man is safe. The 9-man is probably the absolute safest.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah.
The 9-man is probably our safe play here. If we'd held that 3, we could also be holding the Dora and still weirdly moving forward with this hand.
Yeah.
If I don't know if we want to keep moving forward with this hand, but we would have been able to take a step at least. But we're definitely going to throw this 9-man. Sure. Okay, sure. Everyone reaches, and the Dora gets dealt right into this, which ends up being, ooh. What's that? Reach Ipat's Sanshoku Dora 3 Hanemon.
That's a nice hand.
Yeah, this is an interesting reach though.
Is it?
I don't
see why you wouldn't do anything other than reach.
I guess so. Well, here's my thinking on this. I guess because it's the Dora, because I'm like, South is likely to come out from people who can make the choice to throw safe tiles.
But who reached first? They were the last to reach.
They were the last to reach. So I guess with 2 to chase,
chasing,
with 2 to chase, it doesn't matter. You just do it. Especially also with the Dora weight. Like I'm
not
throwing the
They
Dora.
can't fold. They're just going to keep throwing at you. So
yeah, and that was the last
You're
Dora
not going to fold
world.
this one. He's not going to fold it. So
no, that's true. Yeah, it's because it's Sanshoku Dora too, so it's already 4. And then with the reach, it gets to 5, and with a flip or anything, yep, it's worth it. It's worth it. So they take it commanding.
Even if it's the South, you still get that. It's going to be the same no matter what. So
yeah. Well, we take a commanding lead, which is very good for us. And now people have to think, or just call North immediately. You could do that too. They're at a point. Well, they don't want the lead staying on the deal. I see that, and they probably have a plan. Can't see their tiles, so let's assume they have a plan. We got 3-7. Okay, good. We're good at drawing tiles at least. We got a pair of 3. All right, we got it.
There's not obvious value here, though.
No, there isn't. But we could do Tanya Dora if we get a Dora. Like we've made room for it. I'd probably be holding at least one very safe tile at this point, because I feel like we don't. So now we have a reach from the dealer, and we start walking away. We get rid of the 3-pin, which I still would have gotten rid of this 1-so first. It's also
I would
safe.
have done as well. Yeah.
And I would have had 1, 2, 3. I would have had it done. And we throw the 2. This is a pushy play, but what are we pushing? And we throw the 1. I mean, we get away with this, but this seems a little reckless. I'm not sure why we did that.
Yeah, unless this player knows something I don't.
It's a 1-4-7 weight. Another Sanshoku attempt from our dealer here. Yeah, reach sumo.
Yeah, that's a really great weight.
Yeah. Reach sumo pinfu and a flip. So 4 and 20. Ugh, he's stretched. Oof. 2,600 all. All right. Now what do we got? Not bad.
This is looking a little bit better. It's not
Not
great
bad.
again, but
Yeah, we have some decent shapes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good shape. Keeping the 3. I guess we're looking at flush as an option here. Hots can go. We'll keep it 2-pin. We got 6, 7. Okay, we got some shapes. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 2. Okay, okay. 3 comes and goes. 3 comes and goes. But now we can't draw anything. 1, we could have had 1, 2, 3. But okay, we'll drop the 8 to keep 2, 4, 6 to widen that possibility. 3 comes and goes. Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now we're Ishan 10. But
yeah, you can upgrade to another door there, but it's not great weight, is it?
it's not.
Left concerns, Chira. Left concerns, Chira. Why does left concern you? Well, there's an early door throw there.
They've been discarding everything they've thrown a lot. They made only a few little changes. And now they... Another son... Gemma, are you in this game? Are you in this game?
But like they didn't have to worry. Maybe they didn't have to worry so much. They're just riding high on the dealer's fumes right now.
Hey, you got Sanshoku. All right, just hard Sanshoku. Sure, we're in second place. Great, awesome, awesome. Is this cool? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a fair assumption they're Tenpai, but
oh yeah,
I mean it's an early Tenpai, and the early Tenpais don't tend to be particularly exciting. Certainly, I guess what they were doing didn't make me think I should be changing my behavior.
No, that's a tricky one. We got our Chuns. We got Adora. We grab our Chuns.
Yeah, do you know what? Here, I'd almost be thinking about keeping an outside hand option open.
Yeah.
But they did not think that.
Not thinking about... I still think they're thinking about a flush.
I think they're thinking about straight. No?
Oh, well, it's all over. Our player across gets east. No reach, no nothing.
Yeah, proof it's not Dave playing. It's definitely not Dave playing.
I think
they... the 5 pins straight down.
I think they were looking to try for Sanshoku, or looking to potentially upgrade for Sanshoku.
Yeah, upgrade,
here.
Yeah.
And then they took what they could get.
Or, I mean, it's upgrade to Sanshoku, or you get the Dora.
That's true. Yeah. Either a Dora or a Sanshoku upgrade, and that's a pretty good thing to wait for, I think. Oh, what is this? Not bad. We're the dealer again. It's South 1. We're in a rough spot because this guy's just hoovered up all the points. We're in second place pretty solidly, but it's a negative second place, which is not good for us. So we need to move.
I mean, I would definitely be keeping a 2, 3, 4 option open here and a flush option. Or 1, 2, 3.
2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now we have the 2, 3, 4 option, but we throw the 2, so the Sanshoku is not in our mind, and we get the 4, and we... Jeez.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I don't think it would have changed the outcome, but I probably would have played that one differently.
Another Tanya Pinfu Dora. Jeesh.
Yeah. This is sad times for you, though, because that's your last dealership.
Yeah, and there's nothing. I don't think there's anything we could have done with these tiles to get any faster than we were. This is just crazy luck. Crazy luck.
You couldn't even call it, could you?
No, we had nothing.
Yeah, D's luck.
D is. So now we got Hot's Dora 1, which will get us positive, and maybe we're fine with that. Maybe that's good enough, and it might be. We just called it. We're doing it.
I mean, first is so far away. You really just want to get in your second place now, a positive second place, because you're an Armor.
We've just called twice already, just to grab tiles.
I think this is the right strategy now. I think first is long gone.
Okay, we're cranking up to have a
D's got the nuts.
All right, we got our good shapes, and now we're just gonna hope something good happens, except a reach happens instead. But the reach is nice because the reach is on a tile we want. So if we really want to push, we can push.
Yeah.
We throw this is a little risky. Well, is it? We can see 3 of the... No, we can see 3 of the 8s. That has nothing to do with the 3. Yeah, this is just risky. We just push. We throw the
This
7.
player might just, I mean, they are an 8 down. They might just be better at reading than we are.
I don't know. I'm trying to. I mean, they might just not care, but it is the dealer. I'd care.
Well, but they want to upgrade, right, to a toy.
Oh yeah, with the Dora, they could upgrade to
Toy, Green Dragon, Dora 2, maybe. Dora 3 if you're really lucky.
Literally everyone else is in reach right now, and we're using my favorite skill of only drawing very safe tiles while everyone else is in reach. Again, we have 2 reaches on the table, and we're drawing very safe tiles to get rid of. This is a little, but at least you have the 5 to give you some evidence, and it's a sumo.
Yeah, why not just
on the 2, which is reach sumo. What is our third thing? What is our third thing?
So Haite, the last tile.
Oh, jeez. I'm like, I've never seen that one before. Reach sumo Haite. Oh,
but now we're dangerously
Mahjong,
close to third, right? Dangerously close. So
yeah, now everything is getting a little iffy for us. I don't like it.
And yeah, and B-San has retained their dealership.
Yeah, the game's continued.
Is there bankruptcy in this? No, there's not.
No, there's not.
Okay.
And what do we do with these tiles when we get a chance to draw them? This is bad. This is not the hand I want.
No, this is really
not
bad.
Where I want to be.
Stuff is looking dark now.
All right, we're just gonna chuck out some wins. Oh, we get a 7-8. Okay, cool. We get a pair of East, which is kind of cool. Throw the 5 now because we have 2 and 8. That makes some sense actually. 2, 3, 4. All right, we're gonna cut the 1. I don't know why we're cutting the 1-2 when it gives us Dora acceptance. I still feel like I've seen this player do things that drop Dora acceptance multiple times. And they're an R2146, so they're not foolish. So I'm curious how this factors into their decision making because they've been okay with it. And I find myself, I get very antsy about it. I don't like it at all. We finished cutting the 1-2. Reach already from our leader. So we're just going to throw these Easts away. Sure. Yeah. The 4 is hard safe on the people who matter, so we're fine. The 9 has come out, so we're fine. And we have another one we can get rid of. Sure. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Like we're actually very close. Diamond Khan of the 6. Flipping it as the Dora. This is some high level play. Shit.
Oh my word. Okay.
Closed Khan from the player in reach of the 4. Flipping west as the Dora. And then dealing in to our dealer with their discard. This is some...
Yeah, Trell points out that maybe they're trying to bury it before they become unsafe themselves due to their proximity to the door. I mean, okay, sure, but I think that's quite a negative... You know, if someone I was coaching came to me and said, I want to bury it because I don't believe I'm going to draw the Dora, I think probably you're throwing away points more often than you need to if that's your mindset. Like I'm happy to bury, obviously, like East Dragon, stuff like that. But I think if you're going to bury a Dora, you have to have a very firm Yaku in mind, a very firm direction. And you're going to, right, okay, I'm not going, even if I draw the Dora, even if I had these tiles and I drew the Dora, I still would not keep it. At that point, that is when you should bury them.
So here's what I'm curious about.
Yeah, they're probably a better player than me as well. So I would be interested to talk to them if they ever had an opportunity to speak to me.
Well, I see what they were pushing and why. They reached a Suanko Tenpai, which I don't know if I would have reached that at all.
No, I would.
I guess at the point, it's like, who cares? I need to sumo it anyway. It must have been real sad to flip that south with the Khan. And have that be, a tile appeareth that you didn't want. And then immediately deal in. I was just gonna look and see like what would they have flipped with the Dora.
Do you think if they didn't reach it, then they'd at least get the 3 triplets? Do you think people would throw the south or the
south
7-man?
Probably would come out.
Do you reckon?
The south, yeah. No one needs it.
Why? It's south wind. It's a south wind table.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Would
feel like
people
everyone.
throw it like you treat it like the Easter when you're on Easter round? I wouldn't expect players of this caliber to be throwing a South in late stage with no Souths on the table.
Their only hope was this South,
Right, would okay.
which like it was alive. It would have happened. They would have gotten it. I don't know if they would have sumoed it, right?
Oh, you mean with the Dora? Yeah, okay, but
No, they wouldn't have sumoed it. At least with this arrangement of tiles.
no, they wouldn't have. But so I don't think with Dora 4 they would have done, but yeah, don't know.
Well, they
But
sure.
they reached before the Dora 4 situation happened. So
Yeah, they reached before any of that happened.
So the reach comes out before they've got 4 Dora.
Yeah.
I'd reach you here. I don't think that what you're going to do is going to impact how anyone's going to play. So
No, probably not. Oh,
and as I said,
I see. Right.
It's not a locked in Yakuman. You've got to draw it to get the Yakuman. If you've got, you probably want the flip at this point. I don't know. They've got so many points though.
Yeah, like they don't need points. They're not in a space where they're like desperate for points.
They could fold it. Because now that exciting lead is very much not exciting.
Are you gonna
anymore.
fold a Yakuman Tenpai?
But wait, yes. Because now look at the points. Now you're at what, 46 something, and they're at 36 something. There's only a 10,000 point difference now for your lead.
Oh, well, you don't.
And you're right, Terrell.
Okay, yes. That's true. That's true, Moadib. Like if you can accurately foresee the future and know that reaching it will deal you in for 12,000 points, maybe you fold it. But like.
But he didn't need to reach it. Like he's got so many points, he doesn't need more points. Did he need to reach?
Is that true?
Could he have kept the fold option open?
The question we should ask for this game is let's look at the A1 standings of Armel.
Oh, fair enough. I have
because in this case, you're right. If you're looking at it as one game, you're right. You got the points. You don't actually need more points to win this game, but more points will be good in the Armel standings across the board. So greeting to try to get points. Like again, maybe if this was a 2-han hand, 3-han hand, sure, but like. With a Yakuman Tenpai, you're not going to fold because the overall impact on your ranking is so great.
Okay, but then the other risk, of course, is that if you throw into it, you're losing your points anyway.
Yeah, but at this point, like at the first row, Suanko Tenpai, just go.
Yeah, I think there's arguments either way. I guess that's kind of what my point. I probably would reach it. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm kind of making the other argument. If it was ladder, then I wouldn't.
Yeah, if it was ladder, yeah, sure. You don't care about your points outside of the game, so there's no point taking the risk.
But yeah, I don't know. You're right. It would kind of depend on the rankings, but I think that's one of the takeaways from Diane Chiba's book, right? Is that you don't want to lose points in Riichi Mahjong.
You do not.
And this is one of the unique points of Riichi Mahjong is that not losing the points becomes more of a battle than winning the points.
And it's true, Carol. Like an extra 32 points is like an extra game. Like you played and performed pretty darn and won basically. You played and won an extra game if you get an extra 32 points.
Anyway, our protagonist is in.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble because now it's like, oh, everyone else is having fun.
Yeah, and he's not even done that badly. It's just
no, like a 20.
Treading water.
This almost feels better to me in my mind. Like a 26-4 second is sad. A 26-4 third is like, all right. Like I wanted to win, but a 26-4 third says that I didn't really do that bad at all, and it feels more natural to me. A 26-4 second, I'm just like, oh my fucking god.
But a 26-4 second means that someone has dominated.
Yes. But it also means really I never did anything. It means
but it's really difficult when someone for some reason is just on a ride. That's and true. You cannot stop them. Like, yeah, but I don't know. I find a middling third 1, 2, possibly more irritating than a second like that, I guess.
2, 4, 5, 8. We gave out the hots. 2, 2, 4, 5. All right, we got a bunch of pairs and we got a bunch of things. Now we have another Dora, so now we got to figure out what to do. I would not be throwing the 5-man here, frankly.
Oh, I would be. It's now you're Tenpai on Chitoi on 7 pairs.
You're Ishan 10 on 7 pairs.
Oh, sorry.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
we have 5 pairs. Okay, yeah. If we want to say 7 pairs,
Gemma hasn't got glasses on, so she can't see the difference between the 1 and the 2
all right,
men.
maybe it's funny because I was really thinking of this as like with the second door, we got to do like Pinfu Tanya or something. So I'm like, you don't want to get rid of the 5 because you can make 3, 4, 5. You're probably going to want to get rid of one of these other pairs of 9s or Wests. However, you saw the Cheetoy that I missed, and then we get ready on the Cheetoy.
Well, I saw the Cheetoy, but I thought it was Tenpai on it because I'm a blind idiot.
So Reach Cheetoy Dora Dora is Mangan. And on a sumo, it's Hanemon. Is big points, assuming we don't even get any flips. Let's assume we don't get any flips. The 2-mon weight is fine, I think. It's not as clever as another weight could be, but it's not bad. It's not a hot tile that everyone's going to be worried about. We've thrown the 5, so we actually have set up, shall we say, a Suji trap.
I'll allow you to call this one a Suji trap.
I mean, this for sure gives the 2-man a veneer of respectability. If I was thinking of throwing it, I'd be like, there's a decent chance that this is safer.
Just funny, I was looking on Reddit and I saw a few people arguing about how, things like Suji and Urasuji can't be trusted because that's old school Mahjong. Okay, let's take that. Let's accept that premise. But unfortunately, that premise is predicated on the fact that people apply them blindly without assessing whether the discard pool looks like it's a pinfu or a 2-sided weight hand. And I think this one doesn't scream to me I'm not a 2-sided weight hand. However, it doesn't also scream to me I am a 2-sided weight hand, because you do have 3 discards from the center of all the suits, which would be a slight concern for me. Yeah. Would it be a concern enough for me to not throw the 2-man if I had a good hand? Probably it wouldn't stop me. If my hand was middling, would it stop me? Probably I wouldn't throw the 2-man. So that's the sort of conversation I'd be having in my head. I think this is a great reach. I think this is a great hand build. I think this is a great reach. And I think the 2-man is fundamentally the best weight. I wouldn't delay my reach to see if I can improve the weight.
I probably wouldn't either.
No.
Mostly because of the sad sumo opportunity. Like, but now we just hope.
I mean, yeah.
And we do sumo it. Look at that. Look at that. This is our big win that we needed.
Joyous sumo.
Reach sumo, 7 pairs. Dora 2.
Oh, no flip.
No flip. Hanemon. 3-3-6, hitting everyone we need to. Getting us up to 38 and dropping the dealer down to 31. Here we are. We've hit our second place, our positive second place position.
And
we're close enough to first.
First, come on.
First is within our grasp, and these tiles are not so bad.
And there's time to make first. There's still 2 dealerships.
Yeah, and this dealer is going to want to swing, is going to want to keep the game going if they can. So
they are.
The situation at the table is going to be really interesting because you've got this dealer who wants to hold on with dear life and make something fast and aggressive if they can, just to keep the deal.
Yeah.
You've got player left who wants to get something done. They're going to be fast and aggressive too, but that also means they might make mistakes.
I think player left is going to be kicking themselves for committing to that Yakuman Tenpai. No.
I would never kick myself for committing to a Yakuman Tenpai.
No, I think now I think possibly in their minds they're thinking, oh, maybe I should have left a fold option because now look at me.
If I were them, you know what I'd be saying? I'd be saying, I hate cons. And people who call cons are bad people. Because if it wasn't for that con and the flip, it would have been a tiny little deal in and no problem. And instead, it became 4 new Dora, all for the dealer. That's what they're saying. I'll be fair. I'll be fair to that player.
Hate the game. Don't hate the players.
That was a good con because they were Tenpai to begin with. They were upping their chances of winning. They were upping their value. They needed points. That was a good con. I don't think that was a bad con.
Yeah.
But I bet they're thinking they hate cons. And now we have a reach, 4th discard reach from that same player. Looking to reclaim their glory here. And what do we do? Well, I guess we can avoid for now and just deal safe tiles and not think about it for a little bit. But now we're in it. Now here we are. What do we do? We don't have any hard safes, I don't think. We can just throw the 1 and say, forget it. Or we can throw the 9-man as the other tile that I'd look at throwing. What do you think?
I'm not throwing the 4-man. Let's go through the ones I'm not throwing, because really you are just looking at what's
The 5-man has
Wait, wait,
one
wait.
side safe.
Well, it's the eight. The eight bamboo wasn't. Oh no, because they're the dealer. Right. Okay. Yeah. 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 Just 9-man and fuck it.
Yeah, it's 1 pin or 9-man, and here we go. We do 9-man. We'll get away with it. Oh,
Yeah.
our hand wants to live, and we are
I know,
sad.
and you can't throw the 4-man with that 2-man drop.
It's 1 pin.
Yeah, 1 pin. Because I mean that 2-man drop could easily be a drop from a what am
What?
I thinking? It could be from a 5-6 drop.
Yeah.
Could it be no? No, I'm thinking wrong. Sorry, it could easily be from a 2-2-3. Could it be from a 2-2? It could be from a 2-2-3. So the 4-man is very dangerous. That's what I was trying to say with my words and not trying to telegraphically give you the image.
So we
in my
got
head.
the 7. I think the 8 pin is our discard now. We can see 3 of the 6s and all of the 9s. So there's no 7-9 waiting on the 8. 6-7 waiting on 5 or 8 is one chance.
I throw the 6-man, and I'd assume that Toy is the only way I'm going to make this survive.
Ooh, no, we trim the 8 so. We get away with it, but it's all right. They still
and what did they say?
Wow, it was a 7-man 9 so wait.
Ooh, nice weight to
Sumo
reach on.
Chun.
Let's look at the discards again. Yes, there's not really anything here. There's nothing here to tell you that this is not a 2-sided weight, apart from it's fast.
It's fast. Yeah, the only thing that it tells you is it's fast, so it could be a bad weight. Which is not a guarantee of any sort. But oof, that's the exact sumo that they needed. Oh.
Yeah, I think throwing the 8 bamboo was a hard throw. Generally, the 8 bamboo is safer than 9-man and 1. Why do you think 8 bamboo is safer? I don't get that. Let's look at the discards again.
Sorry, we'll go back to this situation. I mean, we can see 2 6s and 2 7s, so there's technically no. I don't think it's safer than 9-man and 9p at all, though.
The 8 bamboo.
The 8 bamboo.
Yeah, I can't see any 9s. I don't like it. I'd throw the 6-man because I can see a 3-man and I can see a 9-man. It's not great tile reading, but it's the best I've got at this point.
There's only 2 shapes that take the 6, right? The 5-7 shape and the 6 or 6. Oh, there's 3 shapes, I guess. There's 6 alone Tonki. There's 2 6s for the third, and then there's 5-7 for the mid. Because now we know it's not 3-6 and it's not 6-9. So like the most common shapes that take it don't exist anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So so unless as you said, they got a 5-7 or they're waiting on a 6 alone, I think the 6-man's the safest throw.
And the 8's in the same suit as the Dora, which makes me like a little wary.
Yeah, it's a little
It's far enough away that it's not like red hot danger. Like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I would never throw. Cannot.
So I would choose the 8 bamboo of the terminals. I mean,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
The only but you've got no information that the 8 bamboo is slightly safer than the 9-man, and the 9-man will just technically be safer because you can use it in less situations. So the 8 bamboo is closer to the center, so it's got more tiles that it works with. That just makes it slightly more dangerous. And also, like if you think that lots of people, if they are strategic about the way they plan their weights, they'll be wanting to do an outside weight. But this was fast, so they won't have been creating a 6-9 weight, which means the 9 might be relative. I mean, I don't know either. Yeah, you're blind in this one, which is why I think the 6-man is the safest. I say that with lots of caveats.
All right, so we go on to our hand. Now everything is real close all of a sudden after the beginning, except for poor player across from us. I just want to point
out that 1 pin was dangerous, though. So the 1 pin, I didn't pick up the 1 pin was always dangerous, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. I mean, the only thing that makes it less dangerous is just it's an edge tile. It doesn't give them Tanyo.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the question.
I guess not less dangerous. You're mitigating risk. That's risk mitigation, not safety.
But then that's the argument, right? The 1 pin was obviously dangerous, so. I don't know. I guess it's just the argument that the 8 bamboo is slightly more flexible, therefore slightly more likely to be a weight. But yeah, I,
Yeah.
I don't. There's really it's really not much to
Well,
argue between the 8.
the other argument for the 8 bamboo is if I had a 6 bamboo, I probably held on to it because I'd want to build something with the Dora. If I then got a 7 bamboo, like it's weird because it's in Dorasville. It's not like next to the door. It's not like Red Hot Dangerous again, but it's like in enough
It's
of
in
an
the
area.
suburb of Doraville.
Yeah, that if I had to pick between an 8 so and an 8
Yeah,
pin
yeah,
with basically no information,
yeah.
I'd probably pick the 8 pin just because it's
And I
divorced
guess
from the
just,
Dora.
like I say, so let's decide. Let's go on the premise that the 9 man, the 1 pin, and the 8 bamboo are effectively similar danger levels. The 9 man and the 1 pin are less useful for you. If you draw a 7 bamboo, you could conceivably, absorb the 8 bamboo into your hand, but it would be very difficult to absorb a 1 pin or a 9 man. So at that point, your rationale to keep moving forward might be the only thing you've got left.
That's possible.
Gemma shrugs, though.
Gemma shrugs. Hashtag Gemma shrugs.
Ooh, Dawn Trail release date, July 2nd.
What? It's released. Oh god, July 2nd. I only got 3 months.
Early access begins June 28th.
Oh no.
Pre-orders begin Tuesday 26th.
You're gonna be in the air. I'm gonna pre-order before you. Haha. Then I'll be further forward on the pre-order list, so we can all get it at the same time.
Defriend me.
Yeah, I know. Yoshi P's gonna be like, you out.
He's just gonna.
Sorry.
My character.
I see you
like,
haven't
does it really
pre-ordered.
Matter? Do pre-orders matter? Like,
I mean,
it's just digital now, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I appreciate the pre-order in the sense that I can be like, I know I want it, and now I'll have it as soon as it's out.
Yeah.
Like, hooray! Like, I like that part. I don't really, for the rest of it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right. No, I did that with Final Fantasy 7. I don't buy it. I don't want to think about it. I just want to.
Yeah, I know I want it for sure. I am buying it. There's really nothing that's going to make me not buy it. All right, so let's see what we got here.
What's the top of Kugane Tower? No.
Have you still never done that?
No, don't talk to me.
Oh my god. Maybe when you're here you can do it. We'll do it together. We'll team up. We'll team up and we'll get it done. You can convince everyone to play this game.
I spent hours on that thing.
Falling Gemma out and never achieving them. It's true.
I still haven't achieved it.
I've done it so many times.
Oh,
I'm so good at climbing.
Can you just do it on my account for me and we'll say I
that's
did
weird.
It.
Then you won't. It'll be a false achievement. Won't you feel bad about this?
Oh god.
I bet you feel bad about it.
I wouldn't feel bad at all.
You'd feel so bad about it. You'd be like,
no,
all right, let's look at here's South 4. It's our last hand before we can just talk about video games for the rest of the stream. Yeah. What do we got? We got hot garbage.
Is it? No, this is not hot garbage.
It's not bad.
All
hands, it's not bad.
There has been hot garbage. This is the. I mean,
and our first draw helps. What do we need to do here? So. Okay, let's look at our numbers.
Oh, you're so close now.
Our differences are 4-3. So a 3 and 30 does not guarantee us the win unless we win it off the leader.
Mm-hmm.
A 3 and 30 sumo though does guarantee us the win.
Yeah.
And then anything 4 Han or higher is a guaranteed win no matter what.
Well, what's 3 and 40 though?
3 and 40 is Mangan.
Yeah.
That gets us to 45 no matter what we do.
Yeah.
So
Mangan or
3 and 40 is 5,200.
Yes, that's
which
what I'm saying.
Also gets us over.
Yeah.
So 4 and 20 is fine.
Mm-hmm.
3 and 30 is only fine on sumo. 3 and 40 is fine no matter what.
So you need a shitty weight, and there are some shitty weights here for you.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. I like your positivity. Let's find us a shitty weight. Like, oh boy. We also need 3.
But you know what? Weight strategy is a big thing, and I think here shitty weights is the way you've got to plan yourself. I don't know where you're going to find
3.
I don't know where you're going to find your 2 other hand yet, but we'll get there.
I'm a little surprised to see our last place player pong this East.
Tired, exhausted, just wants out.
Again,
we've all been there.
These are serious players, though. I'm imagining they're okay, getting a little more excited.
Okay.
They might have a plan, or at least a destination they want to get to. And we might be able to make Itsu. We are Ishanten on a sick Itsu.
Right, but is it enough?
Itsu, if we get a Dama Itsu, if we can get Pinfu Itsu.
With the shitty weight. With the 5-pin weight.
Yeah.
Shitty weight Itsu. That's
Shitty
the way
weight
to do
Itsu.
it.
That's how you win at Mahjong. But we're trying to make it happen, and we're not sure if we can. Our dealer grabs a 7. Okay.
We don't need Pinfu, right? Because you're going to reach it.
We can
Richi,
also
Shichiwei, Itsu. That's your
actually.
340.
Oh yeah, we can do that. We can also get in Tenpai for like Tanya, reach Tanya with a bad weight, which is not good. Now we get a door. What are we doing with the door? We got to throw it.
I'm going to throw the 5-man just in case I get
No, we
another
dropped the
door.
Itsu.
Huh.
Are
we worried about the 5-man? I wouldn't be very worried about the 5-man at all.
I'm not worried about the 5-man either. But I think we're worried about player across.
Yeah, I guess they are folding.
I don't know if we're folding, but we're not willing to throw that
door.
The
5-man would be all right, and then you could decide later if you want to throw the door. Right?
Oh no! We got snuck out by West. Who wins Chitoi Dora Dora for 6,400.
Yeah.
And
that sucks.
Well, it's okay because it leaves us in second.
Yeah, it does.
They swapped. And it brings them into first, but leaves us with a plus like 12, okay, which is fine. I want to see what Across was doing.
Let's all take a moment to think now. We don't have to overcommit to our Yakuman Tenpai. We don't have to overcommit. We can fold out those Yakuman Tenpai. Sometimes it's the right thing to do. I'm just going to,
It's never right.
It is. I think people get so excited about it. But you don't get a special stamp for Yakuman. Sure, the result screen lingers a little bit longer.
It does. It goes all slow. It's like, and then
no one remembers. No one remembers ever again. It's not like you get
everyone remembers my Yakuman Rampage in Armel that brought me from not doing well to the top of that division.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. A single Yakuman. Like, I know that people try to elevate them, but they don't make the impact on the world that people think they do.
No, it's true. It's a lot of points. It's good. I see our player Across was going to be able to do like what they couldn't get their own wind, which is really kind of sad. But it could have been like Toy Toy half
Jen
flush,
gets
Dora 2 or Dora 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, like again, like what's their choice here? Being that it's a league situation, playing for the big Hanemon or bigger hand seems like a smart play because they'll get points back. It will mitigate their standing in the league, and so they're not being that weird spoiler just trying to like end.
Okay, so Jen pointed out some games will give you special stamps, but with Tenho here, you get no stamps. You get a slightly longer.
Should get stamps.
Result screen.
You should
get stamps. But what are you going to do with it? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not very good with flair. Like, if you could add the flair to your like username and stuff, I'd probably be a bit more crazy for them.
Either way, our first place player was in position to end it. They were just waiting on a 3-6 man. But this Chitoi, this is a weird discard pool too. I'd be a little nervous about this. How many changes they made?
I know, but can you really be nervous at this point? You're going for first, right?
Yeah.
First or a desperate clawing second. Yeah, do you know what? If someone sent me a physical sticker, maybe I'd want Yakuman, but
1, 2, 3. They have only 4 pairs at this point.
Maybe I'm just bitter because I never get Yakuman.
Still 4 pairs.
I'm trying to give advice so that other people
pairs.
don't like Yakuman anymore.
And here's the Tenpai on the 3-pin.
Yeah.
They then immediately switch the 3-pin to the 7-man. I'm not sure why.
Well, because the 4-man.
Oh, one has come out already. And yeah. And then they take it. Damn. Fast.
Yeah, but, our friend D-san is
fast.
Is Tenpai.
Yeah, like they were where they needed to go.
Game. Yes. What else should we take out of the game that makes people happy?
Can we make Chitoi 1 in 50, please?
Dave is hot on that.
I'm the more I look at the score chart.
Dave, just lobby someone else who's not me.
The more I look at the score chart, the more annoyed I get that the 25 line exists. There's literally no reason for that line to exist. Because it breaks 2 scoring rules, and it bothers me. Like,
okay.
If we want to, I feel like if we want to simplify scoring, that's my lobby. If we want to simplify scoring, removing a whole line from the scoring chart is one thing that helps. Just it makes it smaller, less lines, less stuff for people to look at, and removing that weird exception where one of the things just doesn't round up because
Make scoring great again.
helps. Not going to go that far.
Yeah.
So that's an
Yeah.
interesting question, and I think you might be right about that. Maybe that's where we get into
right.
weirdness.
Yeah. But does it that I mean, just because there is a
Yeah.
consequence doesn't mean that I'm out on it, because do you know what? Ways to simplify the scoring chart, I'm in for.
No, you're right. You're right. Because I did the math for Mongon cutoff, but I didn't think about Hanuman, and I think you're right. That's where it gets weird.
Yeah,
Because
it does get
like
weird.
reach Sumo Chitoi Dora 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But if Chitoi's only 1, it's 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5. And then Chitoi is weaker overall because you can't get Hanuman even in that extreme situation. Yeah. Ah, I hate it.
Sorry, Dave. Look, if you wanna make your political position that, I'm not gonna stop you. I won't detract from you, but
I
you'll have
just
other people
want
to win over.
a chart.
What, you don't like the scoring chart?
I
You don't like
hate
that
the
hell?
chart. No, I keep having this fantasy. I have this fantasy. Let me share with you my fantasy.
Do you have a dream? Do you have a dream,
No,
Dave?
no. We're not going there.
Okay, sorry.
But I do
Dave
have a
has
fantasy. I have a fantasy,
okay.
right? I want to talk about this because it's something I've been thinking about as I look to make a Sparrow's Nest scoring chart. What I want to have happen, and maybe there's a good way to do this, I want a chart that makes it clear that there's only really like 3 sets of numbers you ever care about. That's it. And everything else is just relevant to that. I want a chart that makes it clear that what's it called? That like 20, 40, and 80 all exist within the same number line. 30, 60, and 90 all exist within the same number line. That's what I want to make clear. And I find this really hard to do visually. To organize a chart, because all the charts that people make, and it's not that they're bad charts, all the charts that people make are charts where you say, okay, I have this many Fu and this many Han, and here it is. And you get this giant like GMT dice chucking war game table. And everyone looks at that table, this 2-winged table that goes in 2 directions, and they look at that and they go, oh my God. Like, holy crap. And the actual math isn't that hard.
I mean, the math is annoying.
It's annoying, but when you break...
because you're doing all those rounding nonsense.
It's because the math has these weird rounding points and a lot of doubling.
Yes. There's doubling and rounding, so the pattern that you'd expect to see if there was no rounding is lost.
Right. And that's where it gets weird.
If you like numbers, some people.
Well, it also means that once you explain to people, like if you explain to people what a chart is, like I had a game. This is a great game. I had a game with this giant chart on the entire back of the table, right? The entire back of the mat, just huge chart. The chart's just a multiplication table.
Yeah.
That's it. It's literally a multiplication, it's a column or, and once you people see like, oh my God, once you've been, oh no, it's just a multiplication table for convenience. They're like, oh, okay. Like, I might still use the table because I don't like multiplying, but like I no longer feel intimidated by this. This isn't terrifying to me. I get what that is. Yeah, it's physically big, but sure, I get it. And if people could understand like the doubling concept, I feel like they'd be kind of like, okay, like I might still use the chart because I'm not going to memorize it, but like I get it. I'm not terrified of scoring. I understand what this is. And people aren't confident enough, frankly. People aren't confident enough to do things like, oh, well, 3 and 20 is just 2 and 40. You can do that. You can do that. If you understand scoring, doing that makes perfect sense. But most people don't do it because they're not confident enough in their understanding of scoring to realize that it's all the same.
I think people have to be confident with numbers, and I think that the way our modern lives do not have opportunities for us to become confident with our numbers.
Yeah, no. Most people don't do. Again, this is not a critique of people. To be fair, like most people do not do mental math in their head all the time. Most people are not interested in understanding the algorithm. Like that's fine. I'm not. My problem is definitely not. Everyone should be more psyched about learning scoring math. What's wrong with you people? Like, no. But I feel like there's got to be. And when I made my chart, when I made my chart on my USPML sheet, everyone does not like my chart, for the record. Nobody likes my chart. To be fair. But 3 on 12. Yeah, let's do 3 on 12.5. I like that. 3 on 12.5. We'll get the fractions in there. When I did my chart, my objective was to make a chart on which all of the possible outcomes were only written once. And so my chart, I'm not saying this is good because everyone hates it. And if everyone hates it as much as I might like it, it's not good, right? But my chart was just a list of outcomes, and then above it were 4 rows of like 1 Han, 2 Han, 3 Han, 4 Han. So you took the Han value and you went across to the Fu value and it went down. So those rows you'd see would like overlap with each other. But there was only one printing of every outcome.
Yeah.
I thought this was clever. Many people found this very, very difficult to read. So I don't know if there's like a better or more readable way to make that chart that will work well for people or not. But if people can't use it,
I can see that you would like that, yeah.
Well, I liked it because it made it very clear that there were far less outcomes than it looked when you had the giant square chart. It's just how you find your way to one of those outcomes based on these things. But again, I'm not going to say people are wrong for not liking my chart. If it doesn't resonate with people, it's not accomplishing its goal of being a useful chart for people.
Yeah,
so
I'd like to see the chart as well.
Oh, sure. I could probably just bring it up right now. I don't know. I'd have to find it. Let me see. There's rounding. The 3,900, 2,900. Yeah.
I just want everyone to know I'm super hungry.
I also am super hungry. I got to be really honest. Let me see if I can find this chart. I might be able to find it. Actually, no, I can find it on. Hold on. I bet I can find it here. Give me a second. I bet I can find it on the USPML site because it's on our reference sheet. And our reference sheet is on our site. Here we go. I'm going to zoom in on it here. And now I'm going to bring it up. Look at me. Look how smart I am. I have these things available. Phew. Okay, check it out. Again, I am not here to say this is the best chart in the universe. A lot of people have a hard time with this. And it's incomplete, actually. It doesn't include the higher Fu values. I should probably have made sure to include
Oh, yeah, no, Dave, this is crazy. This is nuts. I hate this chart, too.
Why do we hate Oh, my God. Okay.
I thought it was something else, but this is really, yeah.
Again, the point of this is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 13. There's really 12 values it can ever come out as. If you have 2 and 30, you go to 2, over to 30, and here we are. You can see 2 and 30 is 1 and 60 right here on the chart. It's great. It lets you see that these are all the same and the outcomes are all the same. I'm curious. Again, this is not me arguing, but what is it that makes this like bad? I want to understand what the challenges are for people. What do people find unappealing or unintuitive?
Obvious. It's not obvious how you use it, I think.
Okay.
I can see where you're coming from. I think the concept's good, but it's not immediately obvious to me how I would function with this. No, I'll give it some thought as well. I like the idea, and I see where you're coming from.
I guess the challenge here is
just to try to reduce the number of numbers.
That you have to do 2 things. It doesn't make it clear that you have to go over and then down.
Yeah.
That I think maybe is a challenge because you go 2 Han 30. Okay, like here I am. What do I do? Also, I think this is a little less clear than it could be, in that like if you with these results, like East Sumo is 1,000 all, other Sumo is 500 1,000, East Rowan 2,900, other Rowan 2,000. Like it's not quite clear how you work with this. It's not. Yeah, it's not designed for memorization. Yeah, I think I'm very curious what people think.
I mean,
about
maybe
this.
Again, if you just bolded the Fu numbers, it's not obvious to me that they are like titles. They look like other numbers, right?
Yeah.
They look like potential scoring outcomes where that's not the case because you're supposed to be choosing one of them and going down.
Make it really clear.
Yeah, maybe that's where my problem is.
Maybe if I also like, I don't know, another thing I considered was putting the entire Han and Fu in each cell and then making it less looking like you start over here and walk other than you find the thing. But like I feel like one of the big challenge is with this is because they have both a Han and a Fu, you need to make it easier for them to find where they need to start.
But I don't know, maybe you need to color because like the forehand and freehand, the two hand, shade them their own color because
Maybe.
yeah, as you said,
Yeah, the
because
vertical color bars are a little weird and maybe not the best way to
yeah,
color it.
because the horror because I've got to read over from the forehand. I know there's only 4 rows, but I just think if there was more visually to guide my eye, because yeah, the foo is so far detached from the forehand.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're right. I think it's a bit. I think if you could fix the visuals, then maybe we could have a more sort of better understanding of how this is working. I love the idea. I think the idea is great. It's just
There's a few
yeah,
things that
the
are
visuals
good.
aren't great.
Um,
It makes me feel like I'm doing taxes. It does.
and again, for me at least, when I look at something like this, I kind of like that I can see clearly like how these numbers go. 2, 3,
Mm.
4, 6, 8. Cool. And that actually makes it very easy for me to memorize what these are. For me at least, again, personally.
Yeah. I think, and this is another problem, right? Lots of people approach this in different ways depending on how
Yeah,
their brains
yeah.
work. Like some people just brute force it into their heads because they're
And
not.
that's why I want to be
Yeah.
open to the feedback again. Like the point of the chart, at least in my mind, is something that anyone can pick up and use effectively. And if I think it's great for me, okay, cool. But if it's not working for people, then it's not working for people, and it needs to change. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'd be
exactly. I
curious
think
to see what you have to say,
let's switch
Kyrell. I'd be
houses.
really
Yeah.
curious. The reason I start with Han instead of Fu Gen specifically is because Han gives you a shortcut. If you hit
Yeah,
5, you don't even have to touch the table. Like, so just
I
count that
think
one big number and then worry about everything else later.
I don't want to speak for my fellow folk, but I think most Europeans probably start with Han when they're doing it. Partly
Yeah,
just because that's
yeah.
how you're supposed to call out your Yaku, so you've already got the Han, and then we put the Fu on later. So I don't know, maybe that's because you're talking about the chart rather than how people do it.
This
But
bottom part is Fu calculation, and I
yeah,
think it's what I've done makes sense to me, but also is a thing that I think people don't overtly complain about this, but I think it's more complicated than it has to be. In other words, I kind of say like you do these 3 charts left to right and you sum up what you've got. So first you do, how did you win? It's either 0 Fu or 2 Fu, depending. What's the value of the pongs and cons in your hand? I have this really tiny text about pairs, which is like probably I should just make it part of the chart. Frankly, this is effectively just pair, and I can just put it on the chart. But anyway, and then if you have 0 at this point, you're Pinfu.
can't we just burn the scoring chart and
I
start
know
again? It's
it's
just the worst.
yeah. Like Jen, you're doing it the way I do it in my head too, where I'm like, oh, it's 30, and then I start doubling in my head, and because I'm used to calculating, that works for me. Again, that's not going to work for everyone. It's cool that it works for you too. And that's kind of how I think
Jen
about
and
it.
Dave have the same brain.
Yeah, math.
I'm
Brain.
not sure who
Math
I'm
brain.
saying lucky to and who I'm commiserating with.
Yeah, counting on is like yeah, it is. It's like exemptions versus itemized deductions. Like the Han, you're like, okay, well, do I match this? Do I match this? Okay, I got some
Okay,
Han, and then the Fu,
Mahjong
you're like,
Baka has a really interesting way of thinking. Are you an accountant, Baka?
Yeah, like I think there's a lot here that can be done for sure, and I believe I made this 9 years ago, if not 10 years ago. So I've done a lot of teaching since then, and I can see a lot of the failings in this as well. And yeah, 7 pairs, 25 fixed. And also, you don't round it up for some reason.
Right, okay, Dave, you need to go and talk to Sylvan, see if you can get him convinced that you need
No,
to.
I feel like the Han difference is meaningful. I'm sad about that now. But
Just
I feel
imagine
like the Han
how
difference
many
is
people would piss off though if we took away the 25 Fu.
we would. I don't think
Do
we
you
piss
know,
anyone off for taking my 25 food.
I just don't know what. Maybe if the community really pisses me off one day, I'll be like, that's it. It's Cheeto is 1 on 50. Suck it.
The other interesting thing is that like Han overrides Fu calculations.
Mm.
And that's the other thing. Like the equivalence works until you hit 5 Han. Because 5 and 30 is not 4 and 60. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's the opposite way, right? Yeah. I'm sorry. Or 5 and 30 is 4 and 60 because 4 and 60 is still over the limit.
Yeah.
But like, I'm sorry, 6 and 30 is not 5 and 60. The equivalence doesn't work anymore once you get up to hard Han. 6 and 30 is just Hanemon, end of story.
Okay.
So if you that's also why I started with Han. Like if you have a Baimon, none of the other numbers will ever matter or impact anything at all that you do. It just is what it is. And you can't do any math on them and you can't play any games and nothing. I don't know. This is something I've thought a lot about and I don't know how to make it better, but I really want to.
I resent scoring Mahjong. That's my
I don't, having played so long, I don't resent scoring. I think the scoring, what you need to do to get value, is really, really interesting. But I do wonder if there aren't ways to like
it's just such
simplify
an
it without
obstacle
removing
for
that
to
interest.
entry. You know, you've already got the obstacle of teaching people the shapes, the yaku, and then hot on the heels, this nightmarish scoring chart. It's it's every time, people are enjoying themselves, and then you're like, and here's the work. And people are like,
Yeah,
well,
and they're just like, why does it have to be that way? I
why
don't
can't we
get it.
just go and do something fun? I'm like, no, you must do this maths now.
Yeah, and the fact that like some of these values just aren't equivalent, and like 3,900 is such a terrible number. I hate it. Why can't it just be 4,000?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. 3,900 or 4,000, life would be so much easier.
5,800 is also really annoying because it's not the same as sumo. Like there are all these micro edge cases where sumo versus roan is microscopically different that can actually make a difference in terms of
Yeah, but
outcomes.
it's you're right. It's these just random points of rounding, which I just know.
Yeah, well, it's one of those layered things where it makes a lot of sense if I'd spent a few years playing Mahjong with just Fu, and then someone's like, yeah,
Yeah,
but what if you take the Fu and you do this? And I'm like, well, I'm already so familiar with Fu that that's like adding a little thing onto something I already
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, it just
yeah.
rounded up to 100. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. But then when you walk in the door fresh, you're just like, Jesus. It reminds me of this. We played a board game last night, and it has multiple expansions, and every expansion, like, well, take these things and like put them over the spaces on the original game. Take this board and put it off to the side to add on. Take this deck and put it next to the deck. And it's like, wow, having played the original game, I see that what you're doing is like patching it to make it like different. But if I was walking into this fresh, I'd be like, holy crap. Like, why are
Yeah.
there so many things? It's all really complicated.
Yeah, I mean, Jen, maybe we should be going back and looking at other Chinese rules and seeing what could be cannibalized and brought back to Ricci to make
Don't
this
don't
an
count. Just
easier, more
borrow it,
comfortable
please.
experience.
It's the green versus white right now is just visually decorative. It's just like making sure that you can see the difference between the rows clearly. There's no reason for it other than that. Which again might be a terrible. I think on these it's a little more meaningful. Like this is 0 versus 2 value. This is open versus concealed. But like I don't know, these tables aren't really big enough. I don't think to necessitate the visual accent, short of like looking not crappy. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't know. Um,
Yeah, especially the hand value one. Like, there's a whole box of green, and I'm like, why is my eye being drawn to non-Pinfu over Pinfu?
yeah, yeah. It's like I'm not sure why that is. It could just be barred off or something to make it really, really clear that it's a separate section. Um,
Dave's not a graphic designer, though.
no.
So
And I was far worse at this 10 years ago. So I was younger, but I was stupider.
we were all younger
We were
once,
all younger
long
10 years
time
ago.
ago.
That's how it works. Also, I really don't like this. This is actually really annoying to me. Is that I have the Yakuman and then I just say 13 hunt up here instead of like writing their value. So it looks why is 13 Han in the header? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, if you don't have a counted Yakuman, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Oh, we have double reach on this sheet, but we have open reach on this sheet too. Should probably get rid of that. I should update this sheet. I don't even know if I have the original. I have the original somewhere, but I should for sure update this sheet because
Dave's
this is
got some work to do. What's the copyright on
oh.
that? 2015. Oh, Dave.
Yeah,
It's
this
a
is
long
last
time ago
updated
now.
before other things.
That was right after WRC 2014.
2014. It was a New York International Open.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's when I refreshed all of these, but I'm pretty sure I made this sheet before 2015.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah,
I've had this
yeah.
sheet for a long time, a very long time. Because it was one of the first sheets we made when we started running events.
Dave's basically as old as the hills. He's like a little hermit man.
Our USBN website's still in HTTP.
Clutching his crazy.
Yeah, no.
Do you know? I'll tell you a
love.
weird story before we go.
Mhm.
So near me, there's a quarry, and 150 years ago, some old man lived there because he couldn't live in the town because he thought that God was a crock, and he didn't want to go to church. So the only way he could exist was he lived up in this hut he built on the quarry, and he was really scientific. So he just, if you go up there still, he'd like chiseled things like Pythagoras' theorem and other theories into the rocks.
Oh, interesting.
And I imagine that you could be that for Mahjong, just chiseling these different versions of the scoring charts.
I'm not sure how I should feel about that. I'm not sure how I should
Do you
feel
know,
about that take.
I always admired the crazy man who's like, do you know what? I ain't going to church on Sunday. I'm going to go live on that hut.
I'm just gonna carve
my
some
science.
theorems into some rocks.
You
This
leave
is
me
my
alone.
thing. Like,
do you know what? In this current world vibe,
Yeah.
I really resonate with that guy.
You know what? I also kind of resonate with that guy.
Yeah.
Um,
It's, you know what? Next time you come, we'll go up there, and you can still. I mean, it's been there for like 120, so it's really weathered. But I'm like, he's just there chiseling Pythagoras'
chiseling
theorem into the
away, just
granite.
doing his thing.
I mean, they must have
Jeez.
thought he was absolutely crazy. He's like, look, there's some science, and they're like, no,
Oh man, we gotta
no
go to
science
church. What
for
are you
us.
doing? We gotta
Yeah, so
fucking
we gotta go.
tithe.
And, yeah, yeah, exactly. We gotta go
We gotta
give God some
tithe
love.
so God doesn't get mad at us.
Exactly. It's just weird, isn't
And
it?
they're trying to assign
It's
four
weird.
numbers to each data point. Yeah, it's true, and I wish it was easier to do that, but I feel like there's no avoiding that because you have to tell people in fact, most charts have 5 numbers for each data point, really, because there's the dealer non-dealer sumo value, there's the dealer sumo value, and those are always the same number. And then there's the dealer roan and the non-dealer roan.
So 2,000 years in the future, people are going to be finding these
Yeah,
Mahjong
exactly.
scoring charts and
Earth-3.
thinking they're like some rudimentary calendar that we were trying
Yeah,
to
they'll
work on.
think that it was some kind of calculating device. They'll be like, these people are very bad at calculating. All these numbers are off by like 100 everywhere. Like
Yeah,
they must have
and then they were like, maybe it's like some weird way of predicting the future.
they must have had a tough time building anything because their math was just not right. Like idiots. Great. Great.
Or maybe they'll think there was like a whole different system, like the imperial system versus the metric, that Mahjong was like its own measurement system, and that's why it makes no sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was its own number system that no one really liked that much, but they somehow used for some reason.
Yeah, exactly.
That all sit around tables and do math with each other.
Complaining about it, but no one decides to make a change.
Future sucks. All right, it is meetup
time for
day.
Dave to go and do
so I've got to
some-
get moving
some
towards
stuff.
that meetup. But thank you all for joining us.
And next week I'm going to be in New York.
Next
so
week
we
we're
might
probably going to
stream,
be
we
doing
might
a
not.
Super Gemma live stream.
I'm going to be sat adjacent to Dave.
Adjacent. Ooh, it'll be very exciting. So I'm going to go do that, and I will see you all later. But thank you for joining us,
Thank you.
and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.